This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, they've got to be pretty pleased with their adjustments during the offseason as they've been playing excellent basketball early on. Tonight, they want to continue that winning attitude, and they're a team that feels they can win on any given night. Well, the Pacers certainly have the defensive side of the game down pat. Very strong defense for them for several seasons running. The problem, Shaq, the offense, how do they make the most of their possessions?
Well, they don't have the personnel to get out and run, so they need to be very smart, especially when they slow it down. They have to minimize turnovers.
Well, to me, they're better at threes, so they got to give themselves credit for that. But I'd like to see them spread teams out just a little bit more.
And right now, the tip-off approaches, and Kevin Harlan is standing by.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Welcome to New York City, the home of the Knicks. And, of course, Josh Smith. Despite what he brought to this team in his absence, they've really taken off.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
So Indiana wins the tip. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Hill and Miles team up in the backcourt. Nene is out there with Paul George, and it's Ezeli in at the 5 down low. Here is Miles. And George kicks to Ezeli, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And so it's New York with it. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
Hill, no good. Last outing for Indiana, they won that game against the Raptors.
How about the energy level defensively in that game? I mean, they made finding an open shot a very difficult task for their opponents.
And it wasn't just in the half court. I mean, I thought they were excellent in transition defense as well. They didn't give up any easy baskets because they always had good floor balance and got back after the miss.
And it's the Pacers' ball. He feeds it to Nene. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Nene's got his first bucket of the night. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Conley kicks to Lopez. And a strong finish with two hands.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside Hill. There's the screen. Out to the right wing. Clock at 6. And it's Miles missing. And so it's New York with it. The Pacers beat them last time when these two teams met in Indiana.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotage. I mean, they'll have to be much more focused this time around.
The Knicks shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Hill dishes to Miles. Nene into the lane. No good. Good D by Lopez.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Knicks shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
At the line for 2.
First free throw is good. Good on both. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Now Miles. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Toronto.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Bradley passes to Conley. Back to Bradley. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Well played right there. I mean, there's no question who has the momentum.
Greg, the lead appears to be heading north, if you will.
Now, here is George. What a tremendous game he played against Toronto.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Shot to stop the run, and the basket is good. The call goes his way, and we could be looking at a three-point play. The Knicks leading by 6. Conley kicks to Lopez, and he goes in for the dunk.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Here's Hill, following the score by New York.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, for New York, they've gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Anthony kicks to Lopez. Porzingis passes to Conley. To the middle. Porzingis can't hit.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Here is Conley. Paul George making his last shot. Kicks it out to Bradley. Stolen by Miles. Anthony against George. He dishes it to Hill. The 3 ball. No good. So New York will take it the other way. Outside Conley. Here's Lopez. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Here is Miles. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. George against Anthony. George dishes to Hill. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Conley. Feeds to Lopez. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. And good on the basket. Book it.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Here's George after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. Stolen by Michael Conley. And now the Knicks on the break. Conley's running. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pacers trail by 8. Hill kicks to George. Here's Azili. Lopez covering. Outside Hill. Just 5 on the clock. Out left to the wing. From deep, Miles. They get it back. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got his second basket of the night.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. A different look for New York. Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Robin Lopez. And it's Wright in for Bradley. The Pacers also changing it up. Allen comes in for Festus Ezeli. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for C.J. Miles. The Knicks leading by 6. Conley, the pass to O'Quinn. Looking for Conley. He gets it there. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Now here's the name. 9 points last game out. Back to George. Anthony with the block. Stuckey against Wright. Stolen by Allen. And here is Stuckey. He had 13 points in the win against Toronto.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
And George, here we go. Hill has the open look. The shot's good on the assist by George. 6 points for Hill.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris.
Coach told me they're hoping to overcome the problems a player like Carmelo Anthony presents to defenses. He said Melo's combination of strength, size, and skill set make it very difficult to keep him from scoring each trip down the floor. What he is hoping for is to throw different looks at Melo to keep him out of his rhythm and to try to work from there.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And so here is New York. The Pacers making the shot. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Porzingis, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Fellas, that 2-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Here's Hill, following the score by New York. Anthony with the block. Now here's Conley. It's Carmelo Anthony on the way. Conley. Hill pulls it in. Pacers trail by 8. Stuckey drives inside. And he gets it to go. Stuckey's got his first bucket in this one.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
A different look for New York. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Grant in for Mike Conley. Indiana also making some changes. Glenn Robinson III comes in for Nene. And it's Brooks in for Hill. New York leading by 6. Here's Anthony. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Can't get it to go. George with the defensive effort. Pacers trail by 6. Robinson dishes to Brooks. Pass to George. Kicks to Allen. Launches it. And it's Brooks. That time on the assist by Allen. Brooks has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now the dish to McDermott. Back to Grant. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's O'Quinn. No one on him, and he makes the easy one. And the Knicks lead by 5. Now the Pacers with it. Brooks kicks to Stuckey. Inside, here's George. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. George has got 8 points. The Knicks leading by 3. Anthony, the pass to O'Quinn, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Pacers shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%. Brooks kicks to Stuckey. Brooks setting a pick for Stuckey. The 3 from George. Offensive rebound, and the shot is good from Stuckey.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball. You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
Pacers trail by 5. Stuckey, a screen on Grant. Brooks kicks to Stuckey. And O'Quinn sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Lee's checked in for Jarrell Wright.
Courtney Lee.
George against Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Out to Stuckey. Pulls up. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
Grant dishes to O'Quinn. And he goes in for the dunk.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And going back to his numbers from just a season ago, he was knocking it down at a 77% clip.
And that one falls for O'Quinn.
So far in the game for O'Quinn, already up to 9 points, and he's blocked a shot today as well.
And he's clearly showing off his smarts in a few ways today. That block just being one of them. Just a savvy basketball player.
Now here is George. 8 points for him. Allen's shot is off. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Grant the pass to O'Quinn. The pass to Lee. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Grant. Buries the long-range jumper. And now it's a 9-point New York lead.
Playing smart offensively in the first half, no doubt about it.
Yeah, the numbers support it. I mean, they're shooting the much better percentage from the field so far.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's the Knicks up by 9. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team.
It's easy. It's basketball. It's out there having fun. It's out there working together. You know, the biggest thing is the defensive end. As long as we keep that up, we're going to score enough points to, possibly win basketball games. So I'm definitely not concerned from that aspect of it.
Well, you don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about, and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Just the start they're looking for in this game. Solid offensively through the first.
Very crisp and sharp. Not much stagnation at all on offense.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Indiana, you've got Rodney Stuckey. Ezeli is out there with Nene. Then there's C.J. Miles. And it's Brooks in at the point guard position. Now here's Stuckey. Here's Ezeli. Lopez with the block. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. Mike Conley's checked in for the Knicks. Just 3 to shoot. Brooks. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Knicks leading by 11. Conley with it. Lee outside. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Nene, the screen. Ezeli kicks to Miles. Indiana again missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Lopez drives in. Here's Nene, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Knicks?
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And he knocks down the first one. The Knicks making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. The Pacers also with a sub. Hill's checked in. And both free throws good for Nene. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Here's Porzingis. He's coming off a 28-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor on both ends. And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
and he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
And one look at the box score will confirm that.
First one falls for him. Right, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Hill. He had 13 points in the win against Toronto.
And equally as impressive, the playmaking. Just sensational. The way he was seeing the court and making the game easy for his teammates.
And he gets it to go.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Conley's shot is off. Pacers trail by 11. Over to the left wing. And here's Miles outside. Miles with another miss.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
Conley dishes to Bradley. It's stolen by Hill. Passes it to Stuckey. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. Second, the Knicks.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Okay, gentlemen, two shots. Two shots.
No good on that one. He hits the second from the line. Now Bradley, 8 points his last outing. Outside Conley. And Wright with the basket on the assist by Conley. Wright's got his first 2 points of the night.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
Way too many shots in close, and he's got to get his guys to cut that down in terms of points in the paint.
Clearly the reason for the timeout, Greg. I mean, he wants his guys to toughen up inside and start protecting the rim.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Here's Nene, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
You know, guys, when you look at those numbers last year for him, I think it does affect how much you're willing to go after contact because you're a little fearful of getting to the foul line unless you're in the and one situation. Too many trips to the line when you shoot it as poorly as he does actually can hurt you.
A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Lopez has got 4 points in the quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Good. I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
The Knicks leading by 9. Bradley kicks to Wright. Lopez passes to Conley. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Knicks have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Conley. So he gets them both.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
Here's Ezeli. Dishes to Miles. Shoots off the step back. And again, it's Indiana converting.
That was George Hill getting in the way of the D right there.
The Knicks leading by 9. It's tipped. Outside Bradley. New York moving the ball around. The wide open look here for Lopez. And it comes off the front of the rim. Nene dishes to Hill. Pass to Ezeli. Nene, the screen. Ezeli kicks to Miles. 6 to shoot. The 3. And it's Hill. That time the assist from Miles. Miles has got 4 assists now tonight.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
To the left wing. To the paint. Nene. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
New York calls timeout.
And look, rightfully disappointed with how they played here over the course of this run.
Yeah, you know, they haven't looked good at all here lately. Something has to change for them, and we'll see what he's got coming out of the timeout.
And the Knicks making a change here. Anthony's checked in. New York leading by 4. Outside Bradley. He kicks it to Lopez. The feed to Anthony.
Taking a look here at numbers for Anthony. Great showing for him last season. First in scoring, and he was top 5 in field goal percentage. Never settling, always working to get a good look.
Yeah, and that's what made him number 1 last year. You can't stop him, and you really can't contain it.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Anthony drops them both.
Anthony's been putting up the numbers. He has 8 points and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed him.
Hill passes to Ezeli. Pick up by Hill. Ezeli dishes to Miles. 11 feet away. Excellent D there from Anthony.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Lopez outside. Down low. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Stuckey outside. It's back to Hill. Fires from deep. Knicks with the rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Now here's Anthony, and that one's good. And now a 10-point Knicks lead.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And the Pacers call time here.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
And Indiana making a change here. George is checked in. Stuckey setting the pick for George. And the shot is long.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Conley, the pass to Porzingis. Outside Anthony. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from the elbow. The rebound by Ezeli. Pacers trail by 10. Hill kicks to Stuckey. He feeds it to Miles. He dishes it to Hill. Outside, George. Launches a three. It's rebounded by New York. Anthony's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Pass to Porzingis. Feeds to Bradley. To the middle. Porzingis can't hit.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
Here's Ezeli. It's back to Hill. Stolen by Conley. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Throws it up high. Porzingis can't hit.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice alley-oop.
Boy, really liked the thought on that play, but didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play.
Offensive rebound. Ezeli. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one's on Anthony. The Pacers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Doug McDermott comes in for Porzingis. Lee's checked in for Avery Bradley. And it's Grant in for Mike Conley. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Indiana. Brooks comes in for Rodney Stuckey. And the second free throw, good.
They've been getting more and more physical as this game has gone along.
And it's starting to pay dividends. They've gotten a lot of trips to the line because of it in this second.
And O'Quinn kicks to Grant. The dish to McDermott. Lee passes to McDermott. New York moving the ball around. And the rejection by Ezeli. Outside, George to the inside. Allen. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Brooks against Grant. Kicks it to O'Quinn. And there's the pass to Lee. Here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of last season's top 3-point shooters. Second is Paul George.
The bucket must have looked 3 feet wide to him last year. I mean, very deserving in terms of that spot among the league leaders from 3.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Robinson's checked in for Indiana. And he sinks the second. And here is Brooks. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates.
Pass to Allen. Robinson kicks to George. 4 on the shot clock. It's rebounded by New York. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Anthony dishes to O'Quinn. Good. O'Quinn's got 11 points. Pacers trail by 10. And the Pacers call time here. On the wing, Brooks. He's covered by Grant. George, that's a two-pointer. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 4th assist in this one.
It is so hard to contain it. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Now, here's Grant. Grant with a screen on George. McDermott, no one around him. From outside, off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Brooks kicks to Robinson. Dishes to George. It's stolen by Anthony. Here's the break. Lee passes to Carmelo. He kicks it to McDermott. Back to Anthony. It's stolen by Hill. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Robinson. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Robinson's got his first points of the game. The Knicks leading by 6. Outside Anthony. Inside, here's McDermott. Pass to O'Quinn. Excellent D there from Allen.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Now, here's Grant. 3-pointer. He draws iron on the dunk. And now the fast break. George with the ball. The feed to Hill. Trying to find Brooks. He's got it now. Out of bounds. New York takes possession. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now here's Anthony. 10 points for him. Up top, O'Quinn. Grant outside. New York moving the ball around. O'Quinn dishes to McDermott. Lock at 6. New York needs to get off a shot. Stolen by Robinson. George with the ball. He's got 10. Back to Brooks. Fires the 3. And the quarter ends with some stifling defense right there. And so we wrap up the first half. Knicks lead by 6. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Carmelo, what has been the focus for this team during the first half of play?
Well, we're doing it on both ends of the court. We're bumping down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays. You know, challenging every possession counts. And we're doing that the first half.
Nice to see it come together on both sides of the ball, Melo. Thanks for the time. Gentlemen?
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They have a 6-point lead. And we'll go to Kenny first. What'd you see out there?
Well, they committed to pounding the ball inside, and they were rewarded for it. Points in the paint. Those kept the defense honest because teams have gotten really good at running the three-point shooters off the line, so getting it inside was a good attack in the first half.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the three, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the three ball. Way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. We've seen Robin Lopez really having a great game.
And he really just broke out the entire arsenal of post moves there in that first half.
And I think he might even have a few more tricks up his sleeve. I mean, he'll break them out as we start heading down the stretch. I'm sure of that.
The Knicks leading by 6. We've got Robin Lopez. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Avery Bradley. And it's Conley in at the point guard. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Pacers trail by 6. Down low. And George with the stuff.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Yeah, good term to use. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
So it's the Knicks now. The Pacers making the shot. Conley gets the bucket.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Hill kicks to George. Pick up by Hill. Azili the pass to Miles. Here's Nene. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here. And that one misses. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. The Knicks leading by 7. To the middle, here's Lopez, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
And for the Pacers, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%. Hill dishes to Azili. Pick up by Hill. And Miles kicks to George. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I'll tell you what, we've seen some nice buckets by George.
Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Bradley, no one around him. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Conley against Hill. Conley grabs the miss. The Knicks have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. At the elbow, it's Bradley. Back to Conley. Anthony on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Porzingis. Misses the three.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
And Miles kicks to George. That doesn't go either for George. The Knicks leading by 9. Pass to Porzingis. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. And again, it's New York.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
We've seen Robin Lopez really having a great game.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Frank Vogel addressing his team. He told Nene that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Conley. He has 7. Porzingis passes to Conley. And it's sent back by George. To the middle. Here's Nene. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 5th assist in this one.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Now here's Conley. They set the screen. And the pass to Porzingis. No good from outside.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Hill with it. Now guarded by Bradley. From deep, Miles. That's good. Miles has got 7 points.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Conley kicks to Bradley. And he lays it straight in. And the Knicks lead by 8.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for New York.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
Well, how about Paul George in this one? 15 points and 5 assists.
Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Nene. And he makes both free throws.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Here is Conley. He has 7. Passes it to Porzingis. He feeds it to Bradley. He dishes it to Lopez. Puts up the baby hook and off the glass. That one's good. Lopez has got 4 this quarter.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Here is Miles, guarded by Wright. Feeds it to Hill. They set the pick. And it's sent back by Lopez. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Now Conley. Outside Bradley. The kick out to Lopez. Back to Bradley. To the inside. And it's Lopez. That time on the assist by Bradley. And now it's a 10-point Knicks lead for Indiana. They've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Hill kicks to George. They set the pick. In the corner, Miles with it. And the Pacers can't get it to go. The Knicks leading by 10. Inside. And Wright throws it down hard.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Stuckey dishes to Ezeli. Kicks to Hill. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. Great look there, but off target. New York's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Porzingis. No luck. Excellent D there from George. Pacers trail by 12. Hill with it. Now guarded by Bradley. It's back to Hill. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for New York. Grant comes in for Michael Conley. Aaron Brooks, he's checked in for Indiana. Here's George. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. George has got 18 points in the game. The Knicks leading by 10. Grant outside. Top of the key, Bradley. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Bradley's got 6 points in the quarter. The Pacers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. And Brooks, here we go. Here's Ezeli. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. 7 points in the game.
Not sure how he gets that pass off. I thought for sure he was going to pull the trigger.
Pass to Porzingis. The dish to O'Quinn. Here's Porzingis. 9 points in the game so far. 6 to shoot. Back to Bradley. Grant outside. The rebound by Paul George. George has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Dishes it to Miles. And the Pacers another 3. The Knicks leading by 7. Here's Wright. The rebound by Ezeli. Ezeli's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. They get the rebound. The Knicks shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. Here's Wright. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. For the Knicks, Doug McDermott comes in for Darrell Wright. And it's Lee in for Avery Bradley. Then for the Pacers, Lavoy Allen's checked in for Ezeli. And Glenn Robinson III is subbed in for C.J. Miles. Grant kicks to O'Quinn. Banked in off the glass. O'Quinn's got 13.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
And George, here we go. And it's denied. Brooks against Lee. The pass to Porzingis. This one for 3. The offensive rebound.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Stuckey passes to George. Looking for Allen and gets it there. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Here is the 2K leaderboard with last season's top passing teams. Number 1, the Knicks.
The way these guys move the ball offensively was really a joy to watch. Great teamwork and unselfishness, and that's why we saw those great assist numbers a season ago.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for New York. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. New York leading by 8. He kicks to O'Quinn. Now the feed to McDermott. 4 on the clock. Puts up a 3. Cannot hit. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing. And what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now, here's O'Quinn. 13 points in the game. Grant. Nice D from Brooks.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Pass to O'Quinn. He dishes it to Lee. And he's good on the 3-ball. Lee's got 6 points. Pacers trail by 9. Brooks kicks to George. There's a screen. To the paint. Here's Stuckey. And Lee pulls it down.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Grant dishes to O'Quinn. Back to Grant. He feeds it to McDermott. Grant outside. For 3. The shot will not go. Some solid defense from Robinson. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The Pacers making a switch here. Nene's checked in. There's 1:26 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. To the paint. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. Here's Anthony. 12 points for him. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
Well, we've got a moment here now, Kevin, to look back to last year's Knicks. First in scoring, first in assists, and they were number 1 in blocks. An intimidating defensive squad.
And when you score like these guys did last season, it gives you tremendous confidence. Just play solid defense, and you can win games.
Fires the 3. The Pacers pull it in. 54 seconds left to play in the 3rd. But on that shot, with that, the Knick lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Robinson.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Now, here's O'Quinn. 13 points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Anthony drives in. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. But instead, he'll shoot free throws.
You know what? Nice job there on the attack at the rim, drawing the contact.
And from a defensive standpoint, a good foul to save the dunk there.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Anthony. And both free throws good for Anthony. 30 seconds left in the 3rd. Feeds to Stuckey. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Brooks has got 5 assists tonight.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Grant, that's good.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the third. The drive by Brooks, and O'Quinn sends it back. Here's McDermott. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
They've got it to double digits as we get set for the final quarter. That three has them fired up.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Knicks out front, leading by 10. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Pacers trail by 10. On the court right now for the Pacers. Hill is out there with Brooks. Then there's C.J. Miles. Then there's Nene. And it's Azili in at the 5.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Now Miles. After the missed three by Carmelo, Azili gets the bucket.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now here is Conley. Bradley kicks to Anthony. Outside Bradley. 6 on the shot clock. It's Anthony with the drive. And the serious dunk to finish it off.
Come on, fella. Power it down. That dunk was redunculous.
There was absolutely nobody that was going to get in the way of that.
And not when he's coming in with that kind of force.
Here is Brooks following the score by New York. On the wing, Hill, guarded by Bradley. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
It's been a good game for Nene. 13 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
And those free throws add up, guys. That is extra offense.
Shooting for New York. Nene. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
In the big picture, Kevin, he's getting to the line consistently, and that's giving them a boost, even though he hasn't made all of his foul shots.
Porzingis, he's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. George is checked in for Indiana. He doesn't get the second one.
Kevin, I hate to pile on here, but it's really been difficult to watch his work at the line. I mean, it's something he struggles with, and this game is no different.
Good. Porzingis has got the lead up to 13 now for New York.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now, here's George. Miles the pass to George. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Knicks, Paul George. Taking 2 shots.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Now here's Conley. Bradley up top. Kicks it to Lopez. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Pacers trail by 14. Outside Hill. Nene, the screen. Miles, that's for two. And it's off the back rim, no good. For New York, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Conley dishes to Lopez. Back to Conley. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have. Grown man's power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
And we've seen those kinds of plays get them fired up in the past.
Now here's Conley. To the paint, tipped away. Hill against Conley. Hill kicks to Miles.
Take a look here at what Miles has been doing. He's got 10 points, and the assist numbers tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
At the line for the Knicks, C.J. Miles. Taking 2 shots.
No good on that one. Good on the second free throw. The Knicks leading by 13. And here is Conley. Lopez, a screen on Hill. Conley kicks to Lopez. Kicks it out to Bradley. And he dunks it down.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Hill kicks to George. Pick up by Hill, and a foul on Durrell Wright. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Hill passes to Ezeli. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Ezeli's got 4 this quarter.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Hill against Conley. Down low. It's tipped. From downtown. It's rebounded by Indiana. Nene's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. George with no one around. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
They're simply living and dying from behind the arc in this second half. And I don't think that's the way to go here. They're trailing. The three-point shot can be used. They've got to balance it out.
Here's Porzingis. And finished off by Wright.
Fellas, that two-hand mock to slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
And so it's Indiana with it. The Knicks making the shot. Here's the screen. And it's George missing.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Now here is Conley. Pass to Bradley. 5 to shoot. Porzingis. The rebound by Ezeli. Ezeli's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. George with the ball. Now guarded by Bradley. Ezeli dishes to Miles. And George with the stuff.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Porzingis. And it's right atop the key. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Pacers trail by 10. Hill kicks to George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got his 9th assist in the game now.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And it's sent back by George. And a fast break now for the Pacers. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And, Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took him as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never. Hill playing well. He has 11 points and 9 assists. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
Now here's Conley. Lopez outside. The dish to Conley. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And the Knicks lead by 8.
I love the low post attack on that one.
Hill passes to Ezeli. Nene, the screen. Layup off the pick. And there's the nice layup by George.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Knocks it loose. Wright dishes to Lopez. Back to Wright. And a fast break now for the Pacers. Here's George. Again, Indiana.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now here's Conley. Here's Lopez. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Pacers trail by 6. Now here is Hill. Nene, the screen. Hill against Conley. Hill kicks to Ezeli. That's tipped. Wright with it. In the corner, Bradley with it. Outside Conley. Shot clock at 6. Down low, here's Porzingis, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
Bring it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes,
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Here's Hill, following the score by New York. Pick up by Hill. Ezeli kicks to Miles. On the wing, George. Dishes it to Ezeli. The pass to Miles. But they'll get another chance. Conley against Hill. It's Miles atop the key. The three-pointer off the mark.
Misfires again, and the ball just refuses to cooperate with it. It's a tough day so far.
And it's Conley penetrating.
Well, the former Buckeye Conley has been great. He's got 11 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
At the line for your Knicks, Michael Conley. 2 shots.
That's good from Conley. The Knicks making a switch here. Anthony's checked in Indiana with a change here too. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for C.J. Miles. And Conley drops them both.
impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
And George, here we go. And Anthony sends it back. And they're able to recover.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Conley kicks to Bradley. And the Knicks miss again.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
The shot by George, no good.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Pacers trail by 13. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
He kicks to Hill. Looking to end the drought. And that one's good.
A good look there. And he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
New York leading by 10. Now Conley. And it's sent back by George. Hill kicks to Stuckey. It's stolen by Bradley. To the middle. Conley, the pass to Anthony. It's rebounded by Indiana. Nene's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Hill dishes to Nene. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
.127 left to play here in the 4th. Conley kicks to Anthony. Back to Conley. Launches it. Porzingis can't hit.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Count that one.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
The Knicks leading by 5. And there's the feed to Lopez. Now the Pacers moving it up. George has got the ball. Stuckey passes to Hill. Indiana moving it around. And now the Knicks on the break. The wide open look here for Anthony. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Hill kicks to Nene. Azili inside. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Anthony. And now we've got the intentional foul. We've got 28 seconds left in the game. And he commits the intentional foul.
Shooting for New York, Avery Bradley. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. Here's George. It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And now they foul and stop the clock.
You had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
And the Pacers call time here. They're down by 6. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What do you think, guys?
And I'm not sure the 2-point bucket does much here. I think they got to go for 3.
That's no-brainer, partner. I mean, that's their only choice. Shoot the 3 and hopefully get it down and then foul.
.20 seconds left in the fourth. Hill against Conley. Azili dishes to Nene. The 3 from Hill. Knocks down the trifecta.
And how does he get that one to go? No idea.
I don't have an idea either. A little heat check there, but yep, he's still cooking, and Greg, he's cooking with gas.
Shooting from New York, Michael Conley. At the line for 2.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Timeout called the Pacers. They're losing by 4. 8 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
And a quick bucket and a foul is really the only option at this point.
And the important thing about the foul is who you foul. They don't want to send a top-notch free thrower to the line if they can avoid it.
The 3 from George. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
At the line for your Knicks, Michael Conley. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throw. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're trailing by 3. 1 second left here in the fourth quarter. So a close game sees New York take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finishes. Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans loved it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Robin Lopez.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
Well, his ability to get into the paint, get to the rim was deadly. For a guy who's mainly a perimeter shooter, it was remarkable how many of his points came right at the bucket.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.